The amazing life of the snail. In gardens, forests, and aquatic environments around the world, a remarkable creature moves at its own unhurried pace, carrying its home upon its back. The snail, often overlooked and underappreciated, represents one of nature's most fascinating examples of adaptation, resilience, and biological ingenuity. Despite their reputation for slowness, snails have successfully colonized nearly every habitat on Earth, from the deepest ocean trenches to high mountain peaks, demonstrating a versatility that few other creatures can match. An ancient lineage. Snails belong to the class Gastropoda, which translates to stomach-foot in Greek, referring to their unique method of locomotion. This ancient group of mollusks has existed for over 500 million years, making them one of the oldest surviving animal lineages on our planet. Their fossil record reveals a story of continuous adaptation and evolution, with over 60,000 known species currently inhabiting Earth's diverse ecosystems. The evolutionary success of snails can be attributed to their remarkable ability to adapt to changing environments. From the earliest marine species that emerged in the Cambrian seas to the terrestrial varieties that conquered land millions of years later, snails have consistently demonstrated an extraordinary capacity for survival and diversification. Anatomy of a marvel. The snail's body structure is a masterpiece of biological engineering. The most distinctive feature, their spiral shell, serves multiple purposes beyond simple protection. This calcium carbonate fortress provides shelter from predators, protection from harsh weather conditions, and a retreat during periods of drought or extreme temperatures. The shell grows continuously throughout the snail's life, adding new layers as the creature increases in size. The shell's spiral design is not arbitrary but follows mathematical principles found throughout nature. Most snail shells spiral in a clockwise direction when viewed from above, though some species exhibit counterclockwise spirals. This architectural marvel is both lightweight and incredibly strong, capable of withstanding significant pressure while remaining portable enough for the snail to carry throughout its lifetime. Beneath this protective covering lies the snail's soft body, which consists of several specialized regions. The head contains 2 pairs of tentacles, with the longer pair housing the eyes at their tips. These eyes, while simple compared to those of vertebrates, can detect light and shadow, helping the snail navigate its environment and avoid potential threats. The shorter tentacles serve as chemoreceptors, essentially acting as the snail's nose and tongue combined, allowing them to detect food, mates, and chemical signals in their surroundings. The muscular foot, which gives gastropods their name, is perhaps the most remarkable feature of snail anatomy. This single, large muscle serves as both locomotive organ and adhesive pad, secreting mucus that allows the snail to glide smoothly over any surface, including vertical walls and upside down on ceilings. The mucus trail left behind serves multiple purposes. It reduces friction during movement, provides a pathway for other snails to follow, and contains chemical messages that can communicate information about the snail's species, size, and reproductive status. The art of slow motion. While snails are famously slow, their method of locomotion is surprisingly efficient for their lifestyle. The muscular contractions of their foot create wave-like motions that propel them forward at an average speed of 0.03 miles per hour. This may seem sluggish by human standards, but it represents an optimal balance between energy conservation and mobility for creatures that must carry their homes wherever they go. The snail's mucus is a biological marvel in itself, functioning as both a lubricant and an adhesive depending on the circumstances. This substance allows snails to traverse surfaces that would be impossible for other creatures of similar size, including climbing smooth glass or hanging upside down from branches. The chemical composition of this mucus varies among species and can even change based on environmental conditions. Recent scientific research has revealed that snail mucus possesses remarkable properties that have potential applications in human medicine and technology. The substance contains proteins and polysaccharides that give it unique viscoelastic properties, making it both sticky and slippery simultaneously. This has inspired biomimetic research for developing new adhesives and lubricants. Diverse habitats and lifestyles. Snails have successfully colonized an impressive array of habitats, demonstrating their remarkable adaptability. Marine snails, the ancestral form, continue to thrive in oceans worldwide, from shallow tide pools to abyssal depths. These aquatic species have evolved specialized feeding mechanisms, with some becoming filter feeders, others grazing on algae, and still others turning predatory, hunting fish, worms, and even other snails. Freshwater snails inhabit rivers, lakes, ponds, and streams, playing crucial roles in aquatic ecosystems. Many species serve as indicators of water quality, with their presence or absence providing valuable information about environmental health. These aquatic snails have developed various breathing mechanisms, with some using gills while others have evolved lung-like structures that require them to surface periodically for air. Terrestrial snails represent perhaps the most remarkable evolutionary achievement of the gastropod lineage. The transition from water to land required numerous physiological adaptations, including the development of a more efficient respiratory system, enhanced water conservation mechanisms, and strengthened shells to withstand the mechanical stresses of terrestrial life. Land snails have colonized environments ranging from tropical rainforests to arid deserts, each species developing specific adaptations for their chosen habitat. Desert species can survive months without water by sealing themselves inside their shells during dry periods, while forest-dwelling species have evolved to thrive in the humid conditions beneath the canopy. Feeding strategies and ecological roles. Snails exhibit a remarkable diversity of feeding strategies, reflecting their successful adaptation to various ecological niches. Most terrestrial snails are herbivorous, using their radula, a ribbon-like feeding organ covered with tiny teeth, to scrape algae, fungi, and plant material from surfaces. This rasping tongue-like structure is perfectly adapted for processing the cellulose-rich diet that sustains most land snails. The radula itself is a marvel of biological engineering, containing thousands of microscopic teeth arranged in precise rows. As the front teeth wear down from constant use, new ones continuously replace them from behind, ensuring the snail always has sharp, effective cutting tools available. Different species have evolved radulae with varying tooth patterns optimized for their specific dietary requirements. Some snail species have evolved more specialized feeding habits. Carnivorous snails, found both on land and in aquatic environments, have developed modified radulae designed for drilling holes in the shells of other mollusks or for capturing and consuming worms, insects, and other small animals. The cone snails of tropical waters have evolved some of the most potent venoms in the animal kingdom, using harpoon-like radular teeth to inject paralyzing toxins into their prey. In their ecological communities, snails serve as both predators and prey, occupying important positions in food webs. They help decompose organic matter, cycling nutrients back into ecosystems, while also serving as food sources for birds, mammals, reptiles, amphibians, and arthropods. Many bird species, particularly thrushes, have developed specialized techniques for extracting snails from their shells, using rocks as anvils to break open the protective covering. Reproduction and life cycles. The reproductive biology of snails reveals another layer of their fascinating complexity. Most land snails are hermaphroditic, meaning each individual possesses both male and female reproductive organs. However, they typically cannot self-fertilize and must mate with another individual to reproduce successfully. This strategy provides the genetic diversity benefits of sexual reproduction while ensuring that any two individuals of the same species can potentially mate, a significant advantage for creatures with limited mobility. Snail courtship rituals can be surprisingly elaborate, involving chemical communication through pheromones, tactile interactions, and in some species, the exchange of love darts, calcium carbonate spears that may help ensure successful fertilization. These behaviors demonstrate that even creatures as simple as snails have evolved complex social interactions related to reproduction. After mating, snails lay their eggs in protected locations such as under logs, in soil crevices, or attached to vegetation. The eggs, often resembling tiny pearls, are carefully positioned to provide optimal conditions for development. Some species exhibit parental care, guarding their eggs or even their young after hatching, behaviors that challenge our assumptions about the cognitive capabilities of these simple creatures. The development from egg to adult involves several stages, with young snails gradually developing their characteristic spiral shells and adult feeding behaviors. Growth continues throughout life, with the shell serving as a permanent record of the snail's age and environmental history, much like tree rings record the growth of trees. Survival strategies. Snails have evolved numerous remarkable strategies for surviving harsh environmental conditions. During dry periods, terrestrial snails can retreat into their shells and seal the opening with a temporary barrier called an epiphragm, creating a sealed chamber that prevents water loss. In this state of estivation, snails can survive for months without food or water, dramatically slowing their metabolism until favorable conditions return. Some species have developed even more extreme survival strategies. Certain desert snails can remain dormant for years, waiting for the rare rainfall events that allow them to emerge, feed, and reproduce. This patience represents an ultimate expression of the slow and steady lifestyle that characterizes the snail approach to life. Cold weather adaptations vary among species, with some producing antifreeze proteins that prevent ice crystal formation in their body fluids, while others retreat to protected locations and enter states of winter dormancy. Alpine species have evolved particularly robust shells and physiological adaptations that allow them to survive in environments where temperatures regularly drop well below freezing. Snails and human culture. Throughout human history, snails have occupied a unique position in our collective consciousness. In many cultures, the snail serves as a symbol of patience, perseverance, and the value of moving through life at one's own pace. Ancient Greek and Roman civilizations incorporated snail imagery into their art and literature, often representing the passage of time or the importance of steady progress toward one's goals. Modern ecological awareness has led to a greater appreciation for the role snails play in maintaining healthy ecosystems. Their function as decomposers, pollinators of certain plants, and food sources for other wildlife has gained recognition among conservationists and gardeners alike. This shift in perspective reflects a broader understanding of the interconnectedness of natural systems and the importance of preserving biodiversity. However, some snail species have become problematic when introduced to environments outside their native ranges. The giant African land snail, for example, has become an invasive species in several tropical and subtropical regions, demonstrating how successful the snail body plan can be when environmental constraints are removed. Conservation challenges. Despite their evolutionary success, many snail species face significant conservation challenges in the modern world. Habitat destruction, pollution, climate change, and the introduction of invasive species have led to the extinction of numerous snail species, particularly those with limited ranges or highly specialized habitat requirements. Island snail faunas have proven particularly vulnerable to extinction. The Hawaiian Islands, once home to hundreds of endemic snail species, have lost a significant portion of their native gastropod diversity due to habitat loss and the introduction of predatory species. Similar patterns have occurred on islands worldwide, representing one of the most significant losses of biodiversity in recent history. Freshwater snails face particular challenges from water pollution and habitat modification. Many species require specific water chemistry conditions and are highly sensitive to changes in their aquatic environments. The construction of dams, channelization of rivers, and pollution from agricultural and industrial sources have severely impacted freshwater snail populations worldwide. The future of snails. As we advance further into the 21st century, our relationship with snails continues to evolve. Scientific research is revealing new aspects of snail biology that have potential applications in fields ranging from medicine to materials science. The remarkable properties of snail mucus, for example, are inspiring the development of new biomaterials with applications in wound healing, drug delivery, and industrial processes. Advances in molecular biology are also revealing the complex evolutionary relationships among snail species and providing insights into how these creatures have achieved their remarkable diversity. This research is not only advancing our understanding of evolutionary biology but also informing conservation efforts aimed at preserving snail biodiversity for future generations. Climate change presents both challenges and opportunities for snail populations. While some species may face extinction due to changing environmental conditions, others may find new habitats becoming available. Understanding how snails respond to environmental change provides valuable insights into ecosystem resilience and adaptation strategies. The story of the snail is ultimately a testament to the power of patience, adaptation, and resilience in the face of changing conditions. These remarkable creatures have survived multiple mass extinction events, colonized nearly every habitat on Earth, and continue to thrive in environments that would challenge many other organisms. Their slow-motion approach to life offers profound lessons about sustainability, efficiency, and the value of steady progress over hurried action. In observing the humble snail, we gain insights not only into the remarkable diversity of life on Earth, but also into alternative approaches to existence that prioritize stability, efficiency, and long-term survival over speed and immediate gratification. As we face our own environmental challenges, perhaps there is wisdom to be found in emulating the snail's patient, persistent approach to navigating an ever-changing world. The amazing life of the snail reminds us that success in nature is not always measured by speed or size, but by the ability to adapt, persist, and find one's own path through the complexities of existence.